The U.S. Department of Justice has filed an antitrust lawsuit against Google, alleging the search engine giant is using its cloud in exclusivity with partners to keep competition from entering into the marketplace. Well, the Department of Justice has not been this excited since they invited Bill Gates to come to his own deposition to turn on their computers and turn them off again and update the printer drivers. This is going to be a fascinating case that's probably going to drag on for years, and Google has been issued fines in the European Union for antitrust several times, with most recently being a 2.5 billion euro fine, which was upheld by the judge in court. William P. Barr, Attorney General, went on to say, "Since my confirmation, I have prioritized the department's review of online market-leading platforms to ensure that our technology industries remain competitive. This lawsuit strikes at the heart of Google's grip over the internet for millions of American consumers, advertisers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs beholden to an unlawful monopolist." Google is a major brand that has bought up a lot of market influence and has created an amazing product. The thing about capitalism is it's all about efficiency, and if you have the efficiency at scale and you have a great brand and product and you have the marketing bucks to back it up. Google responded by saying that today's lawsuit by the Department of Justice is deeply flawed. People use Google because they choose to, not because they're forced to or because they can't find alternatives. So if you're going to be nitpicking all of the little aspects here, sure, Google may have some influence over Android devices, but they are leading the development of Android, which is a free platform for mobile devices that are enabling other developers to use this open source technology. Google at its core is leaving this free so the community can develop and grow and nurture within its ecosystem. The exclusivity only helps adoption of its Google products because it gets people inside of their sphere, which is their data sphere, which helps them feed their main mechanism, which is going to be their advertising machine. The biggest point is that people don't use Google because they have to. They use it because they choose to. This isn't the dial-up 90s when choosing services was slow and difficult and often required you to buy and install software with a CD-ROM. Today, you can easily download your choice of apps, change your default settings in a matter of seconds, faster than you can walk to another aisle in a grocery store. They have created a network where advertisers are going there to reach all the customers that are using this incredible product because they have a 90% market share. So just like Nike, just like Coca-Cola, they all have a market share and they have a dominant share. So it isn't a monopoly in that sense. And this isn't an apples to apples or orange to orange comparison, because when you're looking at search, this is going to be the core driver of its revenue that we're going to see here. In 2019, Google generated $161 billion in revenue. This accounts for 83% of its total revenue. In 2019, Google generated only $8.9 billion in cloud computing revenue. Compare that to AWS, which made $35 billion in cloud computing and has about a 1/3 market share. That isn't a bad thing because you voluntarily opt into these products that you're using on Android devices or when you're using it on your browser, but this does feed into its core. So if they are going to try to break up Google search, how? How are you going to break it up? This is a singular product with a singular destination where advertisers and consumers meet in the middle. You can't have other competition here because there's just no room for it. It's a singular product. It makes sense when you're talking about cloud computing because maybe they should be giving more incentives for Google to grow its cloud computing because Amazon is dominating in that space. Perhaps maybe they should do more incentives for developers to start growing the open source aspect of Android so it can have more adoption and more devices can use open flavors of Android, such as eFoundation's version. It couldn't have been possible without the community's development of Android at its core. So nitpicking this is going to be rather complex, and I don't see what the outcome is here because they're going to look at the small little bits of the Google conglomerate, and at its core, search and advertising is how they make money. Google is an advertiser. It is one of the largest advertising agencies in the world, so I don't understand how they're actually going to go after the big behemoth in the room in the data integrity that they're trying to preserve, and also the privacy aspects that you need to retain as a consumer online in the internet at large. But if privacy is the issue here and how that data is being retained and how that data is being used, this is going to make for a very interesting case that we're going to be looking at for the next couple of years. Thanks for watching. Now, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Every day I'm publishing videos on growth hacking, digital marketing, how to be a successful entrepreneur. I really want to enable you to become a decision maker in your own business in the future of work. So if you want to come along with me on this journey, hit subscribe, hit notifications, and I'll talk to you real soon.